Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to another episode of Sosnovka. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. As you see, I have some more wrap bales going off in the distance there. And I'm going to let those courseplay drivers do their thing right now. I did find out something interesting actually. This guy right here, he is the one who has been wrapping bales using courseplay. And one of the interesting things is the fact that I'm just going to turn him off now. One of the interesting things is that I changed the way he makes the turns. So now I set it up so he makes the turns so it's turning off the field as opposed to on the field. And what was happening before is he would just continually drive into these trees. And now with this turn on field deactivated, he doesn't seem to want to drive into the trees. So I think it was just to do with the implement he was using, and that's the reason why he was driving into the trees, because this implement doesn't back up well, which is the way it does it like when it's turning on field. So that is something to note, or something that I discovered. So anyhow, just gonna set this guy on the other, set him up in the other field, and then we'll do a mission, because I had a suggestion from the last episode. Someone suggested that I do some missions in order to make some money, so it sounds like a good idea to me. So that is what we are going to do today. We're going to try a couple missions and see if we can't make some money. As you can see, we have $111,000, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can't raise that up to about $300,000. And the reason why I say that number specifically is because that is the price of Field 23. $300,000. So anyways, let's set this guy up over here. Like so. Luckily this baler doesn't require super high horsepower, so I think it's like a 80, maybe less than 100. Definitely less than 100, but anyways. So anyways, I'll let him do that. And I'll get out of here, and let's choose which field we would like to work on. So if we want to purchase Field 23, might be a good idea to do some work on Field 23. Also, I'm not sure if other people notice this, but apparently when they're grass fields, they don't need to be plowed. Someone mentioned that in the comments last time too, so that's a bit interesting. So I don't know if that has always been the case. I just never noticed it before, so that's that. Ooh, a Fendt Vario 1000? Yeesh. It's a big old tractor. Alright, let's go ahead and accept that mission and go from there. This is a modded combine, not modded combine, modded tractor, as you're probably noticing already. And we're going to go ahead and use it. Because that's a little interesting fact, like the actual missions, they just select which tractor that they think would work. I don't like the grill on that. Could use a little bit more work, but that's pretty good. Anyways, so one of the interesting things about a lot of these missions, they always give you a weight, but most of the time you don't need it. So often I'll just start working without using the weight at all, and I do that because it saves a little bit of extra time. So that's what I do, at least, because half the time you don't need the weight, but they always give it to you. So alright, let's turn this guy on here. Turn the slurry tanker on. Oh, that's weird, it won't let me do it like that. And let's do this mission here. So these missions are always so super quick, because you have a 30-meter spread on this slurry tanker, and you never run out of slurry, so it's super easy to do in comparison to normal. Because normally, like, if you're doing this like by yourself, like on your own field with your own equipment, you have to you have to refill this guy. And I don't know, I haven't actually done that yet with this particular trailer, so I don't know how fast it actually uses slurry. I'm under the assumption that it uses slurry fairly quickly, given the fact that it's a 30-meter wide slurry spreader. But I don't know what the actual speed is, but I'm assuming it's pretty quick, because just because of the way it is. And I do like, I'm super happy that they actually included a slurry tanker this big in game. Because originally, I think the only one there was the, what was it called? VQ3 Profi something. I forget what the actual name was. Something along those lines. but it was a 30-meter wide one. It was always okay. It had some nice little features, but I'm super happy they included like something this large in the game as part of the basic equipment. And I always forget how to say this name. Vinhils? Hils? I think it's Dutch. Can't remember. Alright, so that's the GPS auto turn doing its thing. So just has enough room to do it. So one of the nice things about these missions, you don't actually have to do the whole field. You can like leave like, I don't know, it's like 1% or something like that. So missing little bits like I did there, no problem. Also, that's interesting, you can't bring up courseplay. Huh. That's very curious. I wonder if they took that into consideration. I don't know. That's curious though. But yeah, I can use GPS but not courseplay. This is what the inside of this little tractor looks like. Fendt 1000. Looks pretty good actually. Inside, mirrors look good, solid. Could be a bit bigger maybe, but I don't think this tractor has IC. Oh no, it totally does. Wow, did that... I think the sound changed. Oh, it totally did. Let's put that on. You can put the sun visor on. What was that? That must be lights. What else do we have down here? What is that? Oh, cool. So you can put like things on here if you want to. Not that it makes a big difference at all. I don't think they even do anything, so. Kind of a neat little tractor. That was the one from that is one from I think Montoaster, I want to say. Not as nice as some of the other Fendts we had in 15, but it's nice to see that we have a 1000 in here. Because we don't have any 1000s. Like the biggest they have in game is a 939 if memory serves, which is only like, I think it's only 400 and some horsepower. Is it 300? I don't know, but it's not super high. La Proxima's in traffic. Oh no, he's probably stuck with the feed. Yeah, that's where he is. I think you can see him in the distance there, but it's the feed mixer that's blocking his way. So once we finish this mission, we'll have to get him unstuck basically. So, but c'est la vie. But I have to admit, this is a really nice looking slurry tanker too. They did a really nice job on it. I don't think, well, I've never seen something like this in my neck of the woods. Not to say it doesn't happen, I just haven't seen it yet. I have seen huge slurry pits before, like in the beach. You know how you have in the game you have like the BGA ones, like that kind of reservoir for slurry. I have seen those in real life on dairy farms, and I've seen big bunkers filled with silage as well, but never something like this. A lot of the people I know who farm don't dairy farm. They do like just cash crops. So it's not necessary to have some. Well, they wouldn't have a use for something like this because they just don't have the the slurry basically. All right, he's gonna stop and not make the turn, aren't you? Yes, of course. Because why would you continue along? Because there's nowhere else to continue. There we go. Got the last little bit here. But I like it. I wish they had had a little graphic or something that like a little like diffuse texture at the bottom here, so you could see like the slurry coming out instead of it just like magically changing the field texture. But I know they have that for like the slurry. I'm not even sure what you call those. Like I think they call these like a drop tube or something like that. I don't know the actual name. Interesting. Why does it have that on the booms then? Vogelsang? Very cool. I like how they move up and down too, based on how the tractor / trailer is moving. I think that's very neat. We won't get very much money from this, but that's fine. Every little bit counts. It'd be nice to make, you know, $10,000 from this, but alas, it's not going to happen anytime soon. The only way you make that much money is usually when no. Oh, the price is decreasing. This is good. Apparently we already have a fairly high reputation with Mr. Bell. Oh, but I'll take it. We only need $285,000 then. 86. So that's not so bad. Yeah, it totally is this. I figured as much. Can I do it without running into it? Yep, looks like I can. We'll just bail this last part manually, because there's another little part I want to do as well. So, interesting enough, like with the great demand for wood chips, not helpful. I'm going to change our cruise control so it stops at 100%. And one of the interesting little mods that came out by Decker was the automatic unload feature, which is very interesting because like I didn't press any buttons there and that just automatically unloaded. So it's pretty neat how it works. But it seems, you know, it makes baling round bales really quick, a lot quicker than, you know, manually doing that, of course, like without having the automatic unload feature. But it is a bit bizarre because if you're used to pressing the button to like open the tailgate, really open the tailgate, close the tailgate sort of thing, or whatever you want to call that, the baler, then it will seem super strange for you. But it does have its benefits. Now I'm not going to bail the last little bit here, but I'm a little concerned because my wrapper is going to run into them. I'm sure of it. I don't know how many bales we're going to get out of this. I think we let's see, I think I left this from last time too, so there we go. Let's see how much we get out of this. Probably a good little chunk. Also, you have to be careful with grass like this on the ground that you just left, because what will happen is if you rake it up, sometimes you'll get a huge mountain of grass, I've discovered, and your vehicles will get stuck in it. I have had that happen already. When I didn't like, you know, remove all the grass off the field, but I raked it into like a big pile, and then because it was in such a big pile, it just made it difficult for the tractors to get over it. So have you encountered that yet? Making a big pile of grass on the field? There we go. Oh, good, it's not going to roll down the hill. That's good. I totally thought I was going to. I'm like, oh no. Alright, so one of the things I mentioned the last time that our cows need is some straw. And there we go. Lift it up. Park it. So they need some straw, which we don't have any yet, unfortunately. So I think what I might do is I might change one of these fields out to something else, so that I can get some straw. Although I have discovered that if you do a mission where the mission is like wheat or barley where you can drop straw, you can actually drop the straw on the field. You won't be able to collect it because it will automatically just disappear after the mission is done. But if you accidentally drop some outside the field, you can actually go back and pick it up if it's outside the field, which is kind of funny. Also, quick little note, a lot of people have been asking me about the mod in the top right hand corner that says early autumn. That's from modcentral.co.uk. All it does is it just shows the season. It just says here, this is the name of the season. That's all it does. So if you want to do some role playing, you can, you know, talk about early autumn and what you would be doing in early autumn. So that's all it is. Nothing too fancy, but that's what the mod does. Now I have seen another mod that sounds really interesting, which has like the same idea of early autumn, winter, spring, like that, but it also changes the weather based on the time of year, which I think is really cool. I don't have no idea how it did that because I didn't know. Like in this, for example, like with console commands, you can actually just make it rain. So for example, let's say I want to, where is it here? Start rain. You can just make it rain right away. But that is the only one that I know you can do offhand. Like I don't know how they set it up so it hails. Like I've never seen another option saying, hey, make it hail, sort of thing. So But that little feature I just showed you was really nice for, Soil Mod in 15, because if you needed to increase the moisture in your fields, you could just be like, oh, okay, well, today it's going to rain, bloop, and then it's done. But I know everybody probably thinks that's totally unrealistic, but that's the way it goes. Like if you look at, for example, if you look at the summer we had in Ontario here, summer of 2016, super dry summer. We didn't get that much rain at all, and a lot of crops did not do so well because of that. So there we go, the G.Skill trailer. This trailer is a pretty slick trailer, I have to admit. Now some people have said if I unload the trailer, you'll feel the weight of it more. Like they're unloaded now technically, so they're just sitting there. And some people have also mentioned you don't need to drive into the building in order to sell, which is very true. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this without driving into the actual trailer or actual building, but it appears that we can do it fairly easily. I was more concerned about the trailer and the way it's set up. I thought maybe you wouldn't be able to do that, but obviously you can. Alright. My steering wheel making a ruckus. I'm sure you can hear that. Alright, so let's go ahead and just drop this guy over here for the time being, like so. Good. Turn it off. And let's go and do another mission. So we can't do a mission for this because he has no mission. What about field 20? Ooh, sure, we can use the John Deere Premium. Why not? Edward Gomez. Apparently we have done a few missions for this gentleman as well. This is the 7030. It's a little dark inside, but nice overall. So like I said, I never pick up the, well, unless it's necessary, I never pick up the weight, just because you can do a field without the weight very easily. So that's the reason why I do it that way. Saves time. Alright, I don't know what the width of this thing is. Let's see if we can do it without using GPS. I'm sure we can. Oh, it's way smaller than I thought it was going to be. Way smaller. Holy smokes. Yep, I would never buy this. But this is an example where I think it has a cool texture. Like this is, I think this texture originally originated from the linear DLC. I think maybe as I was 13 or 15, and that's I think where we first saw that texture, like of the slurry coming out of the tanker like that. I don't think we had it anywhere else that I can recall. That's the first time I remember seeing it, at least. So it was a DLC from 13, and it was a pretty neat little DLC because it was like I totally forget. I think it was like a little, like, not a hook lift kit, but like a tractor. Was it a trailer? I can't remember now. I think it had like a tanker like this. It had a couple other random things as well, but I don't remember. It's such a long time ago now. But it was a very neat little DLC. Perhaps not worth the money in some people's opinions, but it was a very interesting DLC nonetheless. Again, of course, you could probably turn your slurry off making the turn, but because you have unlimited slurry, I never do it. I was like, yeah, whatever. But this is what this one looks like on the inside here. I find it a little dark. I wish it were a bit lighter. Like, I don't think we have, no. There's no IC in this thing or anything, so. Bit of a shame, but it looks pretty nice on the outside at least. What's the grill look like? Just like a black grill, so not very slick at all. Well. It's not easy. Like, I've never tried to, tried a little bit of Blender, which is like a 3D modeling program. And it's not easy. Like I remember watching David Oldfield when he tried to make, or when he made, I should say, he didn't try, he did. He made a trailer for 13 or 15, yeah, for 15, the OEB trailer, and he made the whole thing himself. And it definitely was not an easy task, from what I saw at least. It was just kind of like wow. Now it gets easier as you use it more. Like, I could probably make my own mod, but it would take me a long time. Like, in a long time, I mean like years perhaps even. So, 1 second, coffee break here. Lovely coffee. Alright, got a couple passes left here on this field. So the reason why I'm working on this field particularly is because I would like to buy this field eventually. Purchase would be a lovely purchase. I want the big field more than this one, of course. But gotta start somewhere, I guess. I think I could probably buy this field now, but because we're at like 150,000 already, we just need like another 140,000, so which isn't that much. It just takes a little bit of time. So that's the reason why I've been playing a little bit off camera, selling some more silage bales, and then after that you can kind of change it to where you want it to be. So if you want it to be green, you can. But I find like having the silage bales, perhaps it's I don't know, it's a bit I don't think it's a little bit OP in the game right now, because the price doesn't fluctuate at all. So like it always remains the same price, which is the thing I don't like about it. So like you could sell like, you know, 100, 200, 300 bales and it's always going to be the same price. It never fluctuates at all. So because of that, that's why I say it's overpowered. Which is what I mean when I say OP. That's overpowered, for those people who have never heard that expression before. I think that's something you would probably hear in a lot of MMOs. Massive multiplayer online games. So there you go. Does he need a seed? No. What about the other guy over here? Does he need anything done to his field? I think we already fertilized this one. I can't remember. Let's find out. He might need something. Fertilizing as well. Alright, let's do this last. I think we'll leave it for now. I might do it off camera because you've seen me fertilize 2 fields now. Alright, I think that'll be it for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Sosnovka. And if you enjoyed what you saw, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Let's Play action on Farming Simulator 17. I almost said 15 there for a second. Catch you guys later.